Hello Aries and welcome to the Green Woman Tarot. This is your reading for the next 2 weeks, which is from the 27th of December 21 to the 10th of January 2022. And it's a general reading just to see what sort of energies are around you at this time, to see what's on the cards for you. But before we delve into the tarot reading, I need to consult the oracle, and this is the 2 penny oracle that I'll be using today to draw a couple of cards from, just to start your reading off with. So let's see, what words of wisdom does the mysterious oracle have for Aries for the 27th of December to the 10th of January. What messages are here for Aries for the next 2 weeks? What does Aries need to know at this time? Let's take that card and that card. And let's see what you get. I've got these upside down. Inhabitiveness. Oh, that's nice. You know, sort of nesting time. So it's sort of it sort of made me sort of wanting to simply sort of time where you enjoy being at home, being indoors, being with the family, but it could well mean sort of like that romance, of that idea of wanting to settle down with someone. A sort of sense of wanting to connect. And then you've got size, which is sort of it deals with the importance of, you know, how big a thing is, how important it is, whether this sort of is something that is going to be a big thing in your life, whether it's going to be something that really takes over, or whether it's just something that puffs up and then sort of comes down again, you know, something like a flash in the pan. So that's interesting. There's this indication of nesting, but how important is that? How long-lasting is that? That's what I'm getting a sense of. What's the measure of it, of that commitment? But let's, or maybe even for some of you, maybe finding a nice new home, and size is important. So if that resonates with you, take it. But let's see where the rest of the reading goes. So let's see what's on the cards for Aries. For the 27th of December 21 to the 10th of January 2022. What messages are here for Aries for the next 2 weeks? What does Aries need to know at this time? So I'm using the 5-cent tarot today to put down an 8-card spread for you, Aries, with the first 2 cards depicting you in your current situation, where you are now, and the next 2 cards highlighting the challenges you may be facing at this time, the following 2 cards offering you some guidance from divine energies as you move towards the final 2 cards, which may reveal your possible outcome to this time period. It certainly shows the energies you'll be moving towards. So let's see what you get. 8 of Cups, that is all about moving, and the Hanged Man. Okay. And your challenge here is the King of Matches, the King of Wands, with the Knight of Buttons. And your guidance card is the Death and the Six of Needles, which speaks very strongly of a transition, moving on. And then you get the Five of Buttons and the Star. That's nice. And you have the Moon at the bottom of the deck. And this denotes uncertainty. The sense I get, you know, going for something, but you're just not sure. The outcome is unclear, and in that sort of time, there's a fearfulness that may emerge. Certainly, emotions may be increased. You know, heightened emotions, should we say? So let's, you know, and also sort of if the guidance you take from the Moon is to use your intuition, to follow your intuition, follow that primal instinct, that your gut instinct, through those pillars of fear onto a new path. Because this certainly shows for you a time of transition, moving on. There's clear images, sort of messages here of moving, whether it's literally moving, like as in moving house or moving job, or a more metaphorical transition. So where you begin is sort of a sense here that there's an urge to move, something that has for a long time perhaps been fulfilling. Now it feels it's no longer ticks all the boxes. There's sort of something missing, and there's this desire to move towards something that is more fulfilling. But there's the Hanged Man here, sort of almost shows that sort of taps into the Moon energy, sort of showing a holding back or being held back from being able to move. The Hanged Man, of course, is about not, you know, sort of holding back, or sort of deciding or being held back or deciding not to move forward. But, you know, with the Hanged Man, he pauses, he sort of holds back in order to find that, sort of find the answers, in hanging himself upside down, he hopes to gain enlightenment. And he sort of sees things from a different perspective as well. So it's sort of almost like, whether it's something within you or circumstances around you are holding you back from moving on, and this natural urge, this need to change, to find a change of environment or a different situation. So your challenges in this is needing to make careful plans, needing to, you know, take things a little slowly here in order to make sure you've set down firm foundations for what it is you want to move towards, and sort of knowing that taking your time and pausing for a while to make clear plans is going to enhance your potential for success in the end. And, you know, the King of Matches or the King of Wands is about wanting to sort of, this is all about action and adventure, and, you know, feeling that you're more than ready for that. The King of Matches is someone who has mastered his desires, he's has success, he is entrepreneurial. This is about like really wanting to shine your light, go your own way, but it's sort of needing to be tempered, as it were, with a bit of slowness, a bit of ploddiness in sort of making sure you've got all the plans laid and the foundations properly, you know, like properly set. So there's this push and pull as your challenge here. Your guidance here sort of shows that, you know, don't worry that if something is coming to an end. It's natural, it's come to its natural conclusion, and that opens a new door for new beginnings. And as daunting as this transition or this move may be, you show, the Six of Needles shows that you will be guided, you'll have some aid in this transition. But the guidance certainly speaks to moving on. So even if you feel at the moment things are stalled, they are going to be moving on. And it's a good idea to slow the process, to make sure you set down those firm foundations and make those clear plans, because initially you will move through a period of difficulty, of hardship, where you will feel, you know, you have to tighten the belt. You may feel on a material level that you're not well off, that you're sort of, you may fear poverty, but it could simply be more of a metaphorical lack. It could be that you may feel initially you're out in the cold, especially for those of you who are moving home or moving to a new job or into a new relationship or into a new environment of some sort. You may feel initially that you're out in the cold, that you're unaccepted. But it's simply about finding that, or being prepared to ask for assistance or ask for help. You see these little birds, someone's built them a house, they just need to understand that they go through that little hole of a doorway and they will have the sanctuary that they seek. Because you're moving towards renewed hope and faith and a dream fulfilled, a wish fulfilled. That's your last card, so it's very positive. It's just, initially there's something that holds you back, whether it's outside circumstances or your own inner fears, and the transition you may feel is difficult, but know that it's going to be aided. Six of Needles is about moving from choppy waters, from difficulties to calm waters, to peace and hope again. But you're moving through a time of feeling lacking, of difficulty, of hardship. But the overall outcome is very positive. The star is all about, wishes being fulfilled, finding renewed hope and faith in yourself and in the world. So it sort of shows that you may, the transition may be difficult, but it's worth it. A difficult transition, that's well worth it. And it's sort of moving towards finding some sort of sense that you're at home, that, it's coming home, a sense of coming home again. And that's going to be very profound, especially if you go through this difficulty, this hardship where you feel outcast or out in the cold. And where does the size fit in? Perhaps it's about the weighing up the size of the difficulty, of the sense of hardship. Maybe it's going to seem bigger than it really is once you move through it. So that intrepidation that you may feel, it may blow up the difficulty out of proportion, if you know what I mean. So you have, let's put the size there in your challenge. And, I just can't help thinking that there may be some of you out there that are moving because, moving home to either downsizing or upsizing for the family, your family unit size changes, and there's a need to move. That's just what really sort of stands out. But on a deeper, more general level, Aries, it does look like you're going to be moving or transitioning from one stage to another. It's going to be daunting, but if you look at it from a different angle, time out. Just let go of the worry and see things from a different angle. Perhaps even letting go of the need to be in charge or in control, and use any delays you have as a time to lay down plans and foundations for what you're moving towards, and then you'll be making that transition with aid, even though it may be difficult at first and you may feel out in the cold or poverty stricken, but ultimately you're moving towards fulfilling a dream, and feeling once again a renewed sense of faith and hope in everything. So there you have it, Aries. I hope you enjoyed your reading and that it resonates with you. And if so, please remember to hit the like, share and subscribe buttons, and then have a good 2 weeks. And God bless you till we meet again.